Panel ahead showed the way to a lift shaft. From there, he could reach the upper levels where the emergency beacon was located. Jack moved toward it, preparing for what would certainly be more resistance ahead. The Zentari had made a critical error. They had attacked what they thought was an easy target. Now they would face what Jack truly was, the most advanced defensive system humanity had ever created. Hidden inside a diplomat's body, Jack reached the lift shaft and pried open the doors with strength no ordinary human should possess. Looking up, he saw the shaft extended 30 levels. Looking down, he spotted 3 Zentari guards climbing up toward his position. "There he is," one shouted, raising a weapon. Jack didn't hesitate. He jumped into the shaft and grabbed the lift cables. His enhanced hands gripped the metal easily as he began climbing upward. Energy blasts from below narrowly missed him. As he climbed, the station's alarm system blared. A voice echoed through the speakers in the Zentari language. Jack's translator implant decoded it instantly. "Dangerous human spy on level 12. All security forces respond. Shoot on sight." Jack grimaced. So much for diplomacy. He reached level 15 and swung toward the doors. Using one hand to hold the cable, he forced the doors open with the other and rolled inside. This level housed the station's secondary systems, perfect for what he needed. 2 Zentari technicians looked up in shock as Jack entered. Before they could react, Jack held up his hands in a peaceful gesture. "I don't want to hurt you," he said. "Please, just step aside." The Zentari looked at each other, then back at Jack. One reached slowly for an alarm panel. Jack sighed. "I really didn't want to do this." His left hand transformed, the skin peeling back to reveal a small device. A pulse of energy shot out, hitting both technicians. They collapsed to the floor, unconscious but alive. Jack moved quickly to a control terminal. His fingers flew across the alien interface as his implants translated and interpreted the Zentari systems. He needed to disable certain security measures if he was going to reach the emergency beacon on level 20. "System access granted," flashed across his vision as his implants successfully hacked the station's network. Jack disabled the sensors on 3 levels and rerouted power from the security doors. It wouldn't take the Zentari long to realize what had happened, but it would give him a few minutes of advantage. As he worked, Jack accessed the station's communication logs. What he found confirmed his worst fears. The Zentari had been planning this attack for weeks. It wasn't just a diplomatic incident. It was the first step in a planned war against humanity. Jack downloaded the evidence to his internal storage. This information needed to reach Earth. Suddenly, the door behind him burst open. 4 Zentari guards rushed in, weapons raised. Jack spun around, his body moving faster than human reflexes should allow. The first energy blast hit him directly in the chest. The impact pushed him back, but his subdermal armor absorbed the blast. Where his suit burned away, the skin beneath glowed briefly but remained intact. The guards hesitated, shocked that their weapons hadn't killed him. Jack used their moment of surprise. He leaped forward, covering the distance between them in a single bound. His right arm transformed, the skin splitting to reveal a metal component that extended into a short blade. He struck with precision, targeting their weapons rather than the guards themselves. With 4 quick movements, he disabled their guns and knocked 2 guards unconscious. The other 2 backed away in fear. "What are you?" one asked, eyes wide. "Just a diplomat," Jack answered, as components in his arm retracted back under his skin. Jack bound the conscious guards with cables pulled from the wall. He couldn't risk them raising an alarm too quickly. Looking at the terminal one last time, Jack downloaded the station layout to his internal systems. The path to the emergency beacon was clear now. 3 more levels up, through the science sector, and into the communication hub. He moved to the door and checked the corridor. Clear for now, but he could hear more guards approaching from the distance. Jack took a deep breath, allowing his systems to regulate his energy consumption. This was far from over. As he slipped into the corridor, Jack knew the station would be on full alert now. The Zentari would be gathering their best forces to hunt him down, but they still didn't understand what they were dealing with. They had attacked a diplomat. Now they would face a living weapon. Commander Krell Vexkra stalked into the Zentari Security Center, his imposing 7-foot frame causing junior officers to step aside quickly. His dark scales gleamed under the bright lights, and the scars on his face told stories of many battles won. "Report," he demanded. A nervous officer stepped forward. "The human diplomat has disabled 4 security teams. He's moving through level 15 toward the science sector." Vexkra's yellow eyes narrowed. 1 human against 16 of our warriors. Impossible. Sir. The security footage. The officer pulled up a video screen. Vexkra watched as the small human moved with impossible speed, his body seeming to absorb energy blasts that should have killed him instantly. In one sequence, the human's arm transformed into a weapon unlike anything he had seen before. "What is this creature?" Vexkra hissed. "Unknown, sir. Our intelligence suggested humans were physically weaker than most galactic species." Vexkra studied the footage again. "This is no ordinary human. This is a weapon disguised as a diplomat." He turned to his elite guards. "Prepare for hunt protocol. I will lead personally." On level 16, Jack moved quickly through the science sector. The corridor ahead was clear, but his enhanced hearing picked up movement in the rooms on either side. The Zentari were setting another trap. Jack paused at a door marked with Zentari symbols for biology research. His translator implant decoded a security keypad, and the door slid open. Inside, a female Zentari with lighter scales jumped in surprise. Unlike the others, she wore no armor, only a simple lab coat covered in strange symbols. "Please don't hurt me," she said, backing away. Jack held up his hands. "I'm not here to hurt anyone. My name is Jack Harlow. I'm the human diplomat." "I know who you are," she replied. "I'm Lorania, xenobiologist. They're saying you're a spy." "I'm not a spy," Jack said. "Your leaders tried to kill me during a diplomatic dinner. I'm just trying to survive and warn my people." Lorania looked uncertain. "Why would our leaders attack a diplomat? It makes no sense." Jack accessed his internal storage and projected a hologram from his palm. The communications he'd discovered earlier. They'd been planning a first strike against Earth. The dinner was just the beginning. Lorania studied the projection, her expression changing from doubt to shock. "This can't be right. The High Council told our people that humans were preparing to attack us first." "That's not true," Jack said. "Earth wants peace. That's why I'm here." A loud alarm blared through the station. A voice announced, "Attention all personnel. Elite Hunter Squad deployed to level 16. Clear all non-security staff immediately." Lorania's eyes widened. "That's Commander Vexkra's team. He's our most decorated warrior, if he's coming for you." She didn't finish the sentence. Jack moved to the door. "I need to reach the communication hub on level 18. Is there another way up besides the main lifts?" Lorania hesitated, then nodded. "There's a research transport tube in the next lab. It goes directly to level 18. She stepped toward a small terminal and typed a code. "I've given you access." "Why are you helping me?" Jack asked. "Because if what you showed me is true, then my leaders are lying to our people." She looked at him closely. "And because I've studied humans, you're not what they say you are." Heavy footsteps echoed from the corridor outside, getting closer. "They're coming," Jack said. "You should go. It's not safe to be seen with me." Lorania pointed to a door at the back of the lab. "Through there. The transport tube is on the left." Jack nodded his thanks and moved quickly toward the exit. As he reached it, he turned back. "When this is over, remember there are humans who want peace." He slipped through the door just as the main lab entrance burst open. Through the small window, Jack saw Commander Vexkra enter with 6 heavily armed elite guards. The hunt had begun. Jack reached the transport tube and stepped inside. As the doors closed, He prepared his systems for what would certainly be his most difficult challenge yet. Commander Vexkra looked like a warrior who had never lost a hunt. That was about to change. The transport tube carried Jack swiftly to level 18. As the doors opened, he scanned the area for threats. The communication hub was just 50 meters away, through the main science control room. Jack moved forward cautiously. His enhanced hearing picked up voices ahead. At least 4 Centauri guards waiting in ambush. His internal systems analyzed the layout, identifying a maintenance duct that could provide an alternate route. As he crawled through the narrow duct, he accessed the information he had downloaded from the Centauri network. The files contained detailed plans for a surprise attack on 3 human colonies, followed by a larger assault on Earth itself. The Centauri leadership believed humans were weak and technologically inferior. Their intelligence was dangerously incomplete. They knew nothing about Earth's defense capabilities, or the Prometheus protocol that had transformed diplomats like Jack. Jack emerged from the duct into a small control room. Computer terminals lined the walls, displaying data about the station's research projects. One screen caught his attention. It showed his own image with the label Human Specimen Analysis. He approached the terminal and accessed the files. What he found disturbed him deeply. The Centauri had been studying humans in secret for months. They had captured and experimented on human traders who had gone missing near Centauri space. The reports confirmed why the Centauri feared humans. Unlike most species in the galaxy, humans had evolved on a high-gravity, high-radiation planet with extreme climate variations. This had created a species with remarkable adaptability and resilience. Humans represent a long-term threat to Centauri dominance, one report concluded. Despite their physical limitations, their rapid technological advancement suggests they will surpass our capabilities within 2 decades if not contained now. Jack downloaded the files to his internal storage. This was critical information. The Centauri weren't just being aggressive. They were acting out of fear based on incomplete information. Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the level. Jack had triggered a security protocol by accessing the classified files. "Attention all units," the voice announced. "Human intruder detected in research control. All available forces converge." Jack moved quickly toward the communication hub. The door was locked, but his enhanced strength allowed him to force it open. Inside, 2 technicians looked up in shock. "Please step away from the controls," Jack said calmly. "I don't want to hurt anyone." The technicians looked at each other, then slowly backed away. Jack approached the main communication array. This was what he had been fighting to reach. A direct line to Earth and the human fleet. His hands flew over the controls as his implants interfaced with the alien technology. "This is Diplomat Jack Harlow. Authentication code Prometheus Delta 79. Emergency priority message for Earth Command and all human vessels." He quickly transmitted everything he had discovered. The planned attack on human colonies, the secret research, and the reason behind the Centauri aggression. He added his own analysis. "The Centauri fear us because they don't understand us. This conflict is based on miscalculation, not malice. Recommend defensive posture only, no preemptive strikes." As the transmission completed, Jack heard heavy footsteps approaching. The door burst open, and Commander Vexkra entered with his elite squad. "Human," Vexkra said, his voice deep and threatening. "Your escape ends here." Jack turned to face them. "Commander, I just contacted my fleet. They know everything about your plans now." Vexkra's eyes narrowed. "It doesn't matter. You won't leave the station alive. And your fleet cannot reach us in time to stop what we set in motion." "You're making a mistake," Jack said. "There's still time to avoid this war." "The decision has been made," Vexkra replied. "Your people are a threat that must be eliminated before you become too powerful." "You don't understand what you're dealing with," Jack warned.